Sometimes you just need a quick and easy supper that's done in a hurry. Hey y'all, I'm Sammi and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing 6 of the easiest but most delicious recipes ever. So let's get to cooking. Come on y'all, let's go. So we are going to start out with Sloppy Joe garlic bread. This was amazing and so simple to put together. So into a large skillet, we've got 1 pound of ground beef and 1 medium onion that has been diced. So I just mix that together a little bit, and then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of the Kinder's wood-fired garlic. That seasoning, I love all their seasonings. 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. Next, we are going to add in about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of Badia complete, and then we will mix all of that together just until all those seasonings and that meat is well browned and you see no more pink. Once that is browned up, you will add in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Then you're going to add in 1 to 1.5 cups of ketchup, whatever you prefer. Then we will stir all that together until everything is nice and combined. Once you think you've got that all mixed well, you'll go ahead and pop a lid on that because you want to make sure that all the seasonings and the ketchup's combined in there. So once that's done, you pop a lid on it and let that chill out. And while that's simmering, we're going to go ahead and make this garlic Texas toast just to kind of make sure that the garlic toast is easy to smush down. You don't want to cook it all the way, but you do want a little bit of a crunch to it, okay? So then you take the back end of a metal spoon and you just mash down that center part. As you can see, it's pretty easy to do. It just gives it a nice little nest for the Sloppy Joe mix to sit into. And then one of these spoonfuls right here is a perfect amount to put right in there. And as you can see, I do mound it up here, just to make sure I have all that filling in there. Because you want to make sure that you get that Sloppy Joe flavor. And y'all, these did not disappoint. And of course, my favorite part was the cheese. Because mo cheese, mo better. Y'all already know it. So I'm just going to top each one of these with just enough cheese, or a lot of cheese, however much you want is what you put on top of it, but just enough to cover the tops for sure. Then this goes into a 375-degree oven for about 20 minutes. You just want to make sure that that garlic bread is nice and done and that cheese is nice and melty. And do these just not look amazing, y'all? These were so good. And all I did was pair it with some sweet corn and some mac and cheese, and it made for the perfect quick weeknight meal. I'm not even kidding y'all. This was absolutely delicious. The bread had a nice crisp to it, and that homemade Sloppy Joe mix was to die for. Make sure you check my description box down below because I'll have this linked in there. Now, you can't get any easier than this. It's just to buy some frozen all beef corn dogs and some mac and cheese, and it's got to be the Kraft Blue Box mac and cheese. So we just cook these corn dogs up according to the package's directions, which is about 375 for about 20 minutes. And then once those are nice and toasted, or while they were in the oven, that's when we're going to go ahead and make our macaroni and cheese according to the box directions. But then I'm going to zhuzh it up a little bit, as I should say. So I just start out like normal with some boiling water. I did salt it, make it taste like the ocean, y'all. And then I dump those noodles right on in there, and we'll just cook those according to the box directions. Once those noodles are done, y'all, this is where the magic happens, and you can make it taste more like homemade in a hurry. Let me tell you that. So we drained all the water out. I added in about a tablespoon of butter. We're going to add in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. This is the yumminess right here. And then we will stir that butter and the cream together just to make sure everything is melted and it's nice and hot. And I just turned those corn dogs off, so it's perfect timing, y'all. Couldn't get any easier than this. If you are dead tired by the end of the day like I am after work, this meal is definitely for you. It doesn't really matter as long as your family is fed. It doesn't have to be something spectacular. So back to the macaroni and cheese. I added in that cheese powder. I stirred it all up in there. And now I'm going to add in 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I think this was a triple cheddar cheese that I decided to use in this. And then we're just going to melt that all together. But you got to add some pepper to it. Does anybody else in here love pepper in their macaroni and cheese, or is it just me? As y'all can see, I like a lot. But then I just go ahead and stir that on in, and then we are ready to eat. This took literally maybe 20 minutes tops to get this supper together, and we were all quite happy with it. And sometimes you just need something simple. So this is what we had for supper, and y'all, it was definitely delicious and it hit the spot. So moving right along, let's make some meatball subs, another quick and easy supper that you can have on that table in no time, but your family is going to be amazed because it's going to taste like it's homemade and you spent hours in the kitchen. Isn't that what we always strive for? So I've got the home style meatballs, the Great Value brand, and I was going to try to cut them in half, but they're a little bit on the smaller side than some of the frozen meatballs. And I always use the home style. I do not care for the Italian ones. They just have a different flavor. I don't know, something in them I don't like. So into a large skillet, I've got 2 tablespoons of butter melting down, and I put about 2 tablespoons of the minced garlic, or aka jarlic. It does have a milder flavor than fresh garlic. That's why y'all see me using a lot more in there. So once this was melted, I'm going to dump about half that bag of the frozen meatballs in there. So probably about 16 to 18 ounces of those frozen meatballs. Now I'm just going to roll that all into that butter and the garlic seasoning, and then we're going to add in some Kinder's buttery garlic and herb. And I'm going to add in some beef bouillon, because this is where that home style flavor really comes to the top, because we're adding all these seasonings in, and then we're going to let it brown. That way you get some more of that caramelization and more of that flavor throughout the dish. Is definitely what you would want. This was so good, and I could not even tell you the smell of this. As you can see, you've got the caramelization on those meatballs, and I like to try to get it as much as I can on all the sides. Sometimes that's hard to do, but now that they've got that nice color to them, I'm going to take 1 24-ounce jar of your favorite spaghetti sauce. I'm just using the Ragu Simple 8. Y'all, this one is really good to just be a traditional spaghetti sauce, so definitely give it a try if you're looking for something different. This one hit the spot. So once I have that sauce in there, I'm just going to stir it all together and let that simmer for about 15 minutes with that lid on. And while that's ready, I'm going to go ahead and get all my toppings. I love feta cheese on my meatballs, and with some cheddar cheese on top. But my husband just likes plain old mozzarella, and so do my kids. I'm the odd one out here. So on this little tray right here, which I love these trays. I get them from Walmart. They come in a pack of 3, I believe. But in my little hot dog buns, I'm going to start with a little bit of the feta cheese right down there in the bottom of each bun. I'm going to do mine first because my husband's are pretty simple, because he's just the mozzarella eater. I'm going to take a little extra of that sauce and put it right over that cheese. And then we're going to put about 4 meatballs on each hot dog bun. We're just going to nestle them right down in there. And then I'm going to come in with mo feta. Let me know down below if y'all have ever tasted feta cheese, if you like it or if you don't. I know some people don't because they call it the stinky cheese. But to me, it's got a little zip and it goes perfect with these meatballs. Now I'm going to go ahead and top that with some of that triple cheddar cheese right on top, because y'all know I love my cheese. Now I'm fixing the hubbies, and we're going to go right on in with some mozzarella on top of his. The boys weren't home right at this time, so I just kept the meatballs on until they got home, and then I made theirs. But I just topped it with some Badia Complete right over the top. Put those in the broiler because everything was already done for, just a couple minutes. I would say anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes in a broiler. That way everything gets nice and crispy and that cheese gets melty. And I'm going to break this bad boy open for y'all so y'all could see what it looks like on the inside. And that cheese pull, y'all, the bread is so fluffy and light, but then you get that tanginess of the sauce, and then you get the richness of the cheese. It just makes for a perfect quick weeknight meal. Moving right along into this portion, I want to thank Monument Grills for sponsoring this part of today's video. They were gracious enough to send me this beautiful, gorgeous natural gas, propane gas grill for the summer, and I had to break it in, y'all. This one was quick and easy to put together. It does feature an electric ignition button. You just turn that on when you turn your knobs. It's got 4 burners and a zone that's called the broil zone right here, where you can turn the temperature up higher. It's also got LED lights on all the knobs with this button right there. You can kind of see it when I move the camera over this way. Right there, you can see them. It's better at night, obviously, but it does have the rack on top where you could do like your vegetables and stuff if you wanted off the heat, or if you were heating up buns or anything like that, you could put them up on the top rack. It also has a movable shelf underneath where everything falls, to where you can take that out and clean it. And this side eye is perfect for heating up any of your like baked beans or anything like that. And it's also got this nice glass window right here. It is gorgeous. And it's got your temperature gauge where you can monitor your temperatures. And it's just an overall wonderful grill. It was really easy to put together. It took about an hour to put together with everything that it come with. And they did give me a grill cover for that as well. So now we're going to go ahead and break this in with some hamburgers. Now to this 80-20 meat, I added in 1 packet of Lipton onion soup mix, some Kinder's buttery garlic and herb, and some Badia complete, of course, with a little bit of beef bouillon. Y'all know I've been liking to put the beef bouillon in the patties. So I just patty them on out, and I turn my grill up, and I'm going to go ahead and just put all my burger patties on here. And I can't even tell you the smell. Like, the smell of grilling out is just summer, spring and summer to me. I don't know. There's something about it. It's the nostalgia of it. It's like the first grill of the season. Leo was helping Mama out here, and he was going to show y'all the inside. This is why I like having this feature where you've got the window to see what's going on in there without having to open the grill and lose your temperature. So now that those have cooked one side, we're going to go ahead and flip these. And would y'all just look at the grill marks? These burgers were so good. It definitely hit the spot, and I can't rave enough about this grill. So thank you so much to Monument Grills. They are based out of the USA in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's proud made in the USA product, and I cannot be happier about that. But would y'all just look at these burgers, y'all. I will have the link and everything for that grill if you're interested in one. If you need one for the new season, make sure you check them out because their products are superb. And now here are all the fixings. I got lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, ketchup, some sliced deli American cheese, and we're just going to fix these burgers right on up. And I kept it simple with mine. I just served it up with some good old French fries. You can't beat it, in my opinion. And y'all, this was so good. It definitely hit the spot when it comes to getting ready for spring and summer. I broke that good grill in the right way with some good old cheeseburgers. Now we're going to go ahead and use this grill again for some hot dogs. For some reason, I was craving some hot dogs, y'all, and grilled hot dogs or hot dogs cooked over an open flame are just the best way to have a hot dog, in my opinion. So thanks again to Monument Grills for sending me this beautiful grill so I can cook with it all summer long. Plus, it's good if you run out of power or anything, you can still cook for your family. So keep that in mind. And again, a huge thanks to Monument Grills. Thank you so very much. Now, don't these just look so good, y'all? Let me know down below what y'all eat on your hot dogs. Usually I have slaw on there too, but I forgot to get the slaw. So I just made a good old homemade macaroni salad, which I'll have the recipe linked down below for y'all. And moving right along, you can't go wrong with French bread pizza, in my opinion. And this was always a favorite of mine. It started out when I would buy those little frozen French bread pizzas, but then I was like, I'm going to make these at home. And my kids love them. So I've just got a loaf of the Italian bread right here, and I'm going to cut this in half. I tried to make it as even as possible. That way, you get the thickness of it. Once I have these split in half, I'm going to go ahead and place those on a baking sheet, and then I'll pull them back over. And I made one complete one, and then I took about a third off of another one to where we could have more. And I'm going to use this De Friatelle pasta sauce or pizza sauce right here. I can't even talk right, y'all. This is the best canned pizza sauce in my opinion, and I find it at Walmart. So I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of sauce because y'all know we saucy people over here, and I got to have my sauce when it comes to pizza. But if you don't like that much sauce, please feel free to put however much you want on it. And then I'm just going to drizzle this or dust it with some Badia Complete because it's like that Italian seasoning in it. It's just so good. Now, of course, we're going to smother this in some mozzarella cheese, and now we're going to add bacon to some of these because I love bacon on my pizza. I'm pretty sure that I left the bacon. Nope, I covered them all in bacon. That sounds like me. Now we're going to cover them all in pepperoni, and then I love mushrooms on my pizza. I don't know about y'all, but I love pepperoni and mushroom pizza. And now I'm going to just sprinkle some Italian seasoning on top, of course. And then these go into a 375-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, just to let that bread get all crispy, that cheese is all melty and ooey gooey, and the toppings get nice and cooked. And I just paired this with a simple side salad with lettuce, tomato, cucumbers, cheese, and ranch dressing. Y'all can't get any easier than this, and you get your veggies. It's just a perfect combination in my opinion. But I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that subscribe button and become part of my YouTube family. And I will catch y'all on the next one. If you need prayers, let me know down below. I'd be honored to pray for you all. But from my heart to yours, God bless. Bye.